Let's try this again. Okay. I just went live. Thank God there were people in the chat because I didn't allow my microphone permission. Sometimes I do that. So anyways, I'm so happy that somebody said something because I could have just went on and on and on and there was no fucking sound. And this is a big reading, okay? What's going on right now is a clapback, okay? People who have done things to you, people who have spoke your name in vain, talk shit, done things, okay, are getting what they deserve. Okay, they're getting what they deserve. It's almost like somebody tried to cheat you, right? Yay! Oh, thank gosh. Okay, I didn't allow my microphone permission. Sorry about that. And thank you for fucking letting me know, girl. I could have talked and it wouldn't have worked. So thank you. Thank you. That's the black magic that's going around with this reading. So as I was saying with the other reading, but nobody could hear me, somebody has been very stupid that's around you, okay? And they have tried to do something. They tried to either combine themselves with you or combine you with something else. They've tried to do something, and they think because it's worked in the past with other people, other victims, I heard, they think it's going to work with you, right? And it's because this person, whoever you're dealing with, they're on the other side. They're not on this side, okay? And what I mean by that is they've gone to the other side. They've talked to things, they've met things, they've let things in. So they're not like normal people anymore. They're listening to an outside source that has every intention on hurting you, combining you with things that have nothing to do with you, putting you in situations that have nothing to do with you. It's almost like somebody has decided you could be a fucking 48-year-old woman and they've decided to put you in a 8-year-old body in a world, right? Where you are not 40 years old anymore. They've decided you want to be a kid, right? So they put you in some type of, maybe that's what it is, combined you with something else. And, you know, there's a lot of yeah, you can't swear, right? I'm going to show that comment, but you can't swear or they will turn that off. The community guidelines there, Valley. All right. Got to follow the community guidelines when you're talking. Okay. Okay. So I know this sounds really fucking weird. Okay. So this person, like, you know how, what is it? Carol Ann Carol Ann? Is it Carol Ann? When she goes to the other side, she's being spoken to, right? And they bring her into the TV, right? Hello, everybody in the chat. Okay, they bring her into the TV. That's what I feel like you're dealing with this person, is they've had some type of outside influence that they can't see, and they're listening to it, and it's drawn them in, and it's gotten them to the other side of something. So that makes it seem like, to me, this person has gone rotten. This person has gone bad, okay? And then with Fire, with Frankenstein, it's like, I believe that this person wanted you to go bad. It's like you were bred for hate, and you ended up being the most loving energy in the room, right? People thought that you were going to breed their hate along with them. Breed their hate along with them, right? And instead, you found something and fell in love with it. And that's always a good indication that you're being evil, is if you can feel yourself wanting to get angry and angry and angry and angry at everything. And instead of getting angry, you turn your energy towards something to love. Even if it's a dog, a cat, art, crafts, your car, it's like you chose to fall in love, and then they couldn't drag you to the other side as well. Okay? If you can't go to the other side, then you can't follow them. And if you can't follow them, it's going to piss people off because they're going to keep thinking that you're the same person and that you want to come down this road. It's like P. Diddy thinking everybody was pedophiles, right? Like, not everybody's going to do the same things that you do. Not everybody is going to find interest in what you do. And I found that, I was talking to this lady at work about the Menendez brothers documentary, not the show. I don't know the show, but I watched the documentary, and I've been massively abused by my parents, who basically kept me in a jail cell. So I can relate to those brothers. I can relate to wanting to stop it and not being able to get away with it. And even though I ran away from my parents multiple times, it didn't mean I didn't want to kill them. I know what that feels like. And I'm like sitting there, and she wanted me to watch this documentary so bad. I finally did. And then when I went to speak to her about it, right, we were at work, and I'm like, okay, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about this documentary. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that those kids couldn't have got away. You're telling me that they couldn't have they shot their parents while they were sitting on the couch. And I'm like, whoa, I cannot talk to you about this. Like, I think I pretended to like have a table emergency or something. And I walked away. I was like, we cannot have this conversation. If you think that it is, and she's a victim of something, I can tell. But when you're a victim of something and no one's ever given you support, right? When other people are victims, you bully them. Right? So no one's ever telling the truth. No one ever could be abused like you because you're still not addressing that monster. So I know I've never had compassion. So I don't know how to give compassion, right? So I had to learn from a very old age of where I am now, how to support people and show them compassion, even if I don't care, even if it's never something that's going to affect me or be around me or whatever, I can still show people I have a heart. Right. And now it's like changing things. And I can see the people who have been abused because they're pathological liars. Like this girl I work with is a pathological liar. I left butter out. Okay. This is how much she lies. I left butter out, 4 butters. So then anybody could just grab one. We only had one table. Okay. It was more like a precautionary measure. My tables didn't even order butter. Okay. So I put this butter out on the side just for her. She didn't see it. She goes into the fridge and gets other butters. And I went, hey, Jess, look, like there's butter right here. I left it for you. And she goes, well, yeah, my table needed extra. And I said, okay, I'm just telling you, I left this butter out for you. Yeah, I told you my table needed extra. I needed 5, not 4. And I was like, okay, honestly, you can't even just admit that you didn't see the butter. You know, like you can't even admit it. And then I gave her this suggestion. I was like, I'm going to go to this buffet. And I gave the name and everything. And she's like, oh, I think I'm going to go there for my anniversary. And I go, well, you can thank your husband for, you know, me giving you the idea. And she goes, you didn't give me the idea. He mentioned it weeks ago. I was like, once again, like you can't even give me that fucking, yeah, thanks for the great suggestion. Or the, I know I didn't see your butter. It's a pathological liar. So when you are dealing with a pathological liar, okay, it's like you try to figure out how to deal with them. Okay. So on how to deal with her, I just leave it and forget it because I go like, what happened to you in your life that you can't admit you didn't see butter? Like what happened to you that you have to save face? And then this lady, my table, sweetest table in the world, goes into the bathroom, changes her daughter. Jessica says she's already looked in the garbage. There's nothing there. Okay. She goes back in. She says, after the mother changed the baby, she says, there's no diaper in the bathroom. My boss is like, are you kidding me? So Jess goes in there a 3rd time. And then she goes, oh, look, the mother hid it. I'm just like, at this point, I'm not even listening to her anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that mother hid it. She hid it in between all the bags. Okay, this thing that she apparently hid it in was like this big. Okay, Jess didn't look the first time. And then she didn't look the second time. And then she went in the 3rd time and found it. Oh, but you can't admit to my boss the first time you went to the bathroom that you didn't look. Right? Or that you did look, but you didn't look after she came out with the baby. Like, what happened to you? So then you think, okay, well, which one of her parents completely negated her? Which ones did she try to tell something to and they just went, no, 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 no? Or who was she watching all the time that was lying straight to their teeth, but they had an enabler around them that never said, honey, I know you didn't see that butter. Why can't you just admit it? Nobody calls them out. Okay, and I'm fucking sick of these people not getting called out. Don't act like a child or lie in front of everybody to save face. I fucking hate that. But at this point in time in my life, I'm like, I don't really give a shit, girl. You want to try to save your face with butter? Do it. But now I know that everything that comes out of your mouth is bullshit. So I'm not going to pay attention to you anymore. And then I try to converse with her, something that actually matters. She turns around and walks away from me, which is a narcissist. If it's not about her, if it's not about her family, if it's not about what she's combined with and what she's doing, she doesn't want anything to do with it. She doesn't want to talk to you about it. Right? And they think they're so slick, right? They think they're so slick. They think that you care about, they actually care about you. And they think that they can say two things to you and you're just going to run up to them, right? And then turn into them or start gaslighting people or start shit talking people because they're doing it. And when you don't and walk away because you're a bigger person and you don't want to talk garbage about people, because what's the point, right? Now suddenly you're the asshole that won't talk shit about people. Like, my manager is one of the gossip queens of Peterborough. All she does is talk shit about people. That's all she does. It's like she wants to engage with people all the time about how other people are doing. And I don't know why, because she's a 60-year-old woman. I think to myself, why do you want to act this way? Why do you want to gossip about people so much? That there are other things to talk about. Why do you want to talk about people? And then I think, well, she's talking about all these people. I know for a fucking fact she's talking about me, but I don't combine myself with that. I don't add to their problems. I just go to work and I come home. And all I do is when I'm at home is think to myself, okay, I'm making this money so I can go spend it. I'm making this money so I can buy myself some shit. I bought myself a $60 hoodie today. You know, the last time as I did that, I don't even know when the last time is I bought a brand new hoodie. Okay. And I was going to buy all my snakes, all this stuff. And then my snakes are like, we don't need more stuff. And then I got my aquarium, another plant. I got 3 little tetras for my beta to play around with. And they are just loving life. They're in there swimming around. And this lady was like, well, bring the fish back if your beta starts to attack them and eat them and bite them. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my beta's never shown signs of aggression before. And then I put the little thing in there to acclimate them. And he was just like staring at them, swimming around and everything. I'm like, oh my God, I have the best fish in the world. But I spent my money on myself today. Right. And every time I go to work, I'm like, this is why I'm doing it. Like, I'm either doing it because I'm just doing it because I need the money. And it's like, I don't even really need money. Like, I mean, if I didn't want to work, I could just go on welfare. You know, if I could actually probably should be on disability, but I won't do that to myself again because I don't want to sit at home. Right. And I actually have a lot of health issues that I can sit home, but I'm like, why do I want to do that? I want to make money. I want to be out. Right. Just because I don't get along with everybody, just because my boss is fucking crazy. Whose boss isn't crazy? Whose coworkers aren't pathological liars? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the only person that has a fucked up place where they work, right? But you have to work somewhere. So you just learn to work with people. But when they expect you to get angry, when they get angry at stuff and you have the same opinion as what they want to have the opinion, it's really hard to kind of like keep your cool sometimes. Like, there's a few times where she has said things that is very inappropriate and I've walked away. But then there are so many things that she says that are hilarious, that are funny, that are so true that I'm like, my God, how are you so bipolar? How can you say one thing and be so funny and then in the next instance you're ripping somebody apart? Like, I don't really understand that. I know that I used to do that when I was a kid, but I haven't done that since I was, I don't know, the age of 30, right? I don't shit talk people. I don't gossip. And like, this one chick was like dying, okay? I lived in this town for like 2 minutes. This chick moves away that everybody knows. She starts dying of some rare disease or something. And my buddy goes, oh, you didn't hear about so-and-so and that they're dying? I look at him and I go, no. And he goes, really? Really? You didn't know about her? You don't have social media? You didn't know? Really? Really, Whitney? I was like, first of all, tone your fucking attitude down. No, I do not know that some bitch that used to live here has some fucking incurable disease. Why do I give a fuck? I'm trying to deal with my shit right now. I don't even know her. God bless her. Move on. Like, she left us in the dust. Why the fuck are you thinking about her? Right? Like, but I'm lying. And like, I didn't have social media for years. And then I deleted my Facebook, and Facebook didn't delete it for me. So I kept getting all these sign-ins that somebody was signing into my account all the time, and I just kept deleting it because I thought, well, my account's deleted, so I don't have to worry about somebody signing into a deleted account, and they never deleted it. So here I am telling people I don't have social media, and they're pulling me up on social media, calling me a liar. And I'm like, you can't call me a liar. I deleted that. I deleted that. I got the confirmation. I got the 30-day cancellation. From this day, you can still keep your account active for 30 days. I got all that shit. When 30 days came in, I canceled it. They kept it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they want to get you on the other side. They want to get you aggravated, and in certain circumstances where you're around a bunch of demons. You're around a bunch of people that are picketing to take people down like you. They don't want to have people around like you. They don't want to have people that can read the energy. They don't want to have people that can read your mind. They don't want those people around. But what they don't understand is that they have those gifts too. They just decided to turn it off and go into computer mind or go into work mode or whatever the fuck it is. They've turned it off. It doesn't mean they don't have it. Anybody can turn their third eye on. Anybody can start reading tarot. Anybody can start reading people's minds. It's just, we all have the gift. Do you want to use it? Because people see it as a curse. So I'm telling this lady at work why she uses blue in the month of November. And I said, well, actually, what's really funny is blue is representative of the month of November. And she just kind of giggled. And I said, well, we all have a little witch in us. And she looked at me like I just called her a Satanist. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So now Hocus Pocus isn't cool? Oh, so now these witch movies aren't cool anymore? Like, because you see witches doing awful things and all of these things, and you don't want to associate yourself with that? If you knew what an actual witch was, has nothing to do with dark magic. Nothing to do with dark magic. We can do a lot of things, and it does not involve hurting people. It does not involve bringing a black cloud over somebody's life. It does not involve a bunch of picketers going around chasing people. People that are attached to the light don't go around chasing people. We'll do like, hey, how are you? How you been? And if nobody says anything, we just keep on walking. Like we don't hold on to people. We let people go. If people come around us, if they infiltrate our systems, we reach out to them again. We're empaths. We can feel. And if we can feel, then we can hear and we can sense things on top of that. Right? Which means whoever is trying to get you to do something, it's not working because you're not a robot. You're not chemically engineered. You didn't go to the other side and decide to stay there. You can see the other side. It's dark. It's vile. It's untrustworthy. It's justice seeking everywhere, but you're not going to hang out there because why would you? You don't want to do damage to people, but this person wants you to do damage with people because they know you have power. So they want you to use that power to castrate everybody. Do God's job for them. Guess what? You're not doing God's job for them. You're down here doing your own job for your own mission. Right? They want you to infiltrate it and go and do work for somebody else now. And I can kind of see for the collective, they're not going to be down with that. Okay? There's dinner, but in reverse. It's almost like you're not going to take the invitation. Right? You're not going to take the invitation. Not everybody can be easily persuaded. Right? Like not everybody wants to take the money. Not everybody wants to take the easy way out. Right? Because that's what it is. It's the easy way. Once you're done, now what? Right? But that's the thing. People want to jump down the aisle. They want to have kids super fast. They want to jump to the end of the line. Right? They don't want to go through the phases, go through life, enjoy it while it's happening, bask in the beautiness of the world, right? They want to skip to the end of the line. They want to become just like their parents. They want to rush themselves, right? And if you love yourself, you're never going to rush yourself like that. Like I can tell you on the top of my head, 10 ways that my manager hurts herself every single day. And it is not physically. What up, Two-Tone? Long time no see, homie. Okay. She won't eat when she's hungry. She won't sleep when she's tired. She won't write anything down, and she abuses her memory. She doesn't organize anything properly, so she starts to take it out on the staff. And all she has to do is treat herself better, and then she could treat her staff better. Right? But everything is a rush. Everything is, I want to get this done. I want to get this done. I want to get this done. And I'm going, we've got 2 hours. You don't got to get anything done right now. That's why we're here to help. But it's all, I got to do it on my own. You don't have to help me. I got to do it on my own. Why do you got to do it on your own? I'm fucking standing right here. I'm here to help you. That's why you hired me. You don't want me to help you. You want me to go home. Then it's a fucking waste of my time. Right? But it's like she won't take the help. Right? She won't take the help. She wants to do it all by herself. Well, who the fuck taught you to do it all by yourself? Why would you feel like you have to do everything by yourself and you can't ask for help? Well, because every time you ask for help, nobody would help you. Okay, awesome. Now you got to get over that, because now you got to start asking for help again when you truly need it. And if people aren't there to help you, then it means you can do it on your own. But if people are there to help you, fucking A, use the help. Then the universe knows, okay, this person's finally using help. So now I can get them help. But if help is all around you, but you keep taking the hard way because they want you to take the hard way, so you think life's got to be hard in order to be successful, then you're never going to win at life. You're going to stay in turmoil, right? And somebody wants to trap you. This could be a parent wanting to trap you because they've got control. They feel like they've got control of you. Again, the Menendez brothers, okay? They feel like they've got control of you and they don't want to let you go, okay? But even under the same roof, you're not them. You're not turning into them, right? And it's actually quite stupid to believe that you, like, it's almost like when somebody turns a pit bull into a fighting dog. Why would you want to do that? Why would you take such an innocent, beautiful creature and turn it into garbage? Right? Something so aggressive, so gnarly that it doesn't even know what it's doing. All it knows is that it craves blood. Why would somebody even want to do that to you? Why? It's because people are based on misery. They're miserable, so they want everybody else to be miserable around them. And because you're a wonder of the world, you make people stop and look at you. They want to trap you. They want to trap you in hate. They want to trap you on the other side. They want to get you working for the devil. They want to get you ruining people. They want you to take the invitation. Okay? But honestly, for some reason, I don't think you're going to. I don't know how the invitation comes. I don't know how they keep trying to persuade you to go down this road, but it's almost like somebody's dangling money in your face and going, yeah, but maybe you're a captain of a fucking tanker ship. You know, people are waving money in front of you to take that extra barrel over there, but don't look at it. You don't need to look at it. Just take the money, right? Someone's trying to turn somebody corrupt. And it's, in my mind, not going to happen. But I am also not the collective. So I don't know if it is going to happen or not. Like, I know one of my ex-boyfriends back in the day, one of the boyfriend before I had that boyfriend tried to get him arrested. So my first boyfriend tried to get my second boyfriend arrested by offering him money to go and steal something for him. And I remember when he came home and told me that Shane had called him and said he wanted him to steal something. No, Cody had called him and said, I want you to steal something for me. And I was like, well, you know, Shane just wants to get you arrested. He wants to get you arrested. He wants to put you behind bars because you're with me now. He took a wrong person. He took the bad person. He took somebody that he really didn't want to be with and then got her pregnant right away. I also got pregnant right away, decided to have an abortion because I knew it was stupid. I knew I was doing it just to get back at him. And then I decided to stay with boyfriend number 2 and just have fun for a while. Kind of turned out to bite me in the ass, but I got over boyfriend number 1. Even though boyfriend number 1 haunted me for like 10 years after that. And boyfriend number 2 continues to try to use me as some type of sex object because he's demonic, right? When people are demonic, they try to change you from what you are into something they want you to be. So boyfriend number 2 wanted to basically use me as a sex machine. Whereas boyfriend number 1 always wanted to have sex with me and I never wanted to have sex with him because he was too aggressive with me. And that's not why I was with him. I wasn't with him to have sex all the time. I was with him for a different reason. He wanted to have sex all the time. So what did he do? If I didn't sleep with him, he wouldn't have sex with other people. So once I went with boyfriend number 2, he thought, how insulting. She's not going to come back with me. I'm going to get him arrested so that she's by herself again. But he didn't cross over. He didn't do it. And let me tell you, he robbed a lot of people. He pulled a lot of shit in his day, but he didn't take that job. And the reason why he didn't take that job, I swear, it's only because, for one, his intuition was telling him that it was almost set up. Like he wasn't really paranoid about a lot of things. He was a drug addict. Your paranoia is going to come and go. But for that job in particular, because it was attached to boyfriend number 1, he almost knew, like, they're trying to get me to do something. I don't really want to do it. And I'm like, then don't fucking do it. Are you kidding me? Those brothers are ruthless. They're ruthless. They don't give a shit who the fuck they hurt. And you're dating me now, which means if you get hurt, it's going to be on my ass, right? And that's the thing, is something in the past, okay, there is something in the past here. I think it's recent past, where it's a lot of conspiracies, because it's one of those things where you're like, what did that person do? Did they try to get me arrested? Did they try to get me in trouble? Were they trying to set me up? Right? Because a lot of conspiracies can go through your head. And if conspiracies are starting to go through your head, then the world is trying to tell you that something that you've seen in 3D or witnessed was false. And they showed it right in front of your face, but you didn't see it. You saw something else that this person wanted you to see instead of seeing the truth. Okay. Collect is you're really going to have to read between the lines on this one. Okay. Because there's not a lot of concrete facts about how they tried to get you to turn nasty, right? Because a lot of it's psychological. Look what just fell. So this person whoever you're dealing with, has been putting a lot of lies in your head. So they're trying to put a lot of darkness in your head. So they're trying to almost feed off your paranoia. Okay. But they're full of lies. Whatever they're telling you is full of lies. So you're not listening to it. So you're getting around it. That's why you haven't taken the dinner reservation, because you know that it's not right. Something's telling you not to go, but you've also not said no, you don't want to go. So it's kind of like, well, you haven't told anybody you don't want to go, but you're getting the feeling that you don't want to go. Hold on one second. Oh my God, I had a t-shirt, I got a tank top on underneath this, and I couldn't breathe. Like I don't know about you, but when I read tarot and I channel, my vessel gets, you know what? I've always wanted to take my temperature, because I feel like I'm over 100 degrees right now, like easily, like you wouldn't even be able to touch me. My body gets so like I think my blood just starts to rush through my body, and I get so hot when I channel. Like I feel like I'm going to fucking die sometimes. Like, honestly, that's why I love the winter, because when I channel and I can open up the window in the winter, it just chills me down right away. And I usually leave it open because I'm so hot. Honestly, I gotta feel like somebody did want to take you to a very dark place. Look at that on the bottom of the deck. Third-party interference. That's this person trying to interfere with you. Look at that underneath it, bully. Do you see what bullies do? This is what bullies do. If you don't have enough control in your life, bullies, and look at another third party. See what it says? Third party? Third party. 2 third parties, and the perfect storm, which is 3 clouds. Okay, so, and then look at underneath that, shattered. This is something that has been trapped for a very long time in a box, trying to be hidden away. But what people don't understand is that as long as it's in the ether, it will never be hidden. As long as it is alive and pumping and there's magic in it, it will never be hidden. okay, because of what that witch is saying in her head or what that schizophrenic person is saying in their head, right? People can't talk in their head without being heard. I don't know who hears it, but something hears it, because I have said plans in my head before and had energy viciously tried to stop me, knowing that it's a third party interference trying to stop me from doing something. And then once I figure out, okay, it looks like the energy is now going against me, right? All red lights, your car doesn't start, you get into a fight with like your neighbor on the way out and then you can't leave, something like that. Something that tries to derail you from connecting with people. Even if, you know what I find? I swear, on my days off and I have to go and do my errands, I have to go and do my running around, that is where I do most of my missions work. Because I am being told to go to places that the universe knows that I will be there on Monday. If I have to go and get my stuff, I will be at a certain place around the same time every week. And then they will start putting people on my path so that I can start helping whoever needs to be helped. Or I had to start getting information. Okay. So for instance, I was at this market one day and I had to have hit perfect timing because as I walked outside, this lady grabbed her phone, opens it up with her finger and goes, okay, Cindy says, Cindy is my stepmother's name. So all I heard as I was passing them was, okay, well, Cindy says, as she's reading the phone, I get into the car and I go, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck is going on with our stepmother, but she just had to say her name as I was walking past a group of strangers. That's not a coincidence. Coincidences don't exist. It's called divine timing. And to blow it off as a coincidence or a fluke is telling the universe that you don't believe in divine timing. You don't believe in magic. Okay? So try not to do that. When something lines up, especially if you're saying something in your head, like, you know how sometimes like you'll say a speech out loud before you get somewhere. If that lines up with like a word from a song and you say music at the same time as that artist says music, you've synced up with something. That's synchronicity. That is not to be bottled up and hidden away as a fluke or a coincidence. Because you know what I've learned? The universe is ever rarely, what is it? The universe is ever rarely so, what would that word be? Lazy. Right? Why would the universe line up something to be said right beside you as a fluke or a coincidence? Like, that's called some divine timing, and you're on God's path. You're on God's will. You are on mission. You are exactly where you fucking need to be for whatever it is that's happening. Okay? So, to shatter this liar, it means whoever is this genius in reverse, okay, that is trying to get you to go and do something or turn into something that you never will, is so far off their game that the universe is lining up 3 catastrophic events to, what would that, to tie them down, to slow them down, to bind them up, to finally shut them up. You know, like, you know, when this is a catalyst of events just occurs right in front of you and then somebody goes down, poof, right? We never know how it happens. But bullies are the universe's trash. Demons, devils. Bullies are the narcissists that got away with everything. Okay? They're I want to be tough, but I can't be tough in my own life. So I'm going to try to bully everybody else into doing what I want so that I can feel like a man, so I can feel like a woman. I just told her what to do. I feel good about myself now. What bullies don't do is tell themselves what to do. Bullies don't bully themselves. They're overweight. They don't talk properly. They don't dress properly. They don't clean themselves properly. They don't eat properly because they're lazy. That's why they're a bully. Active people that are in their life doing things like investing in their future, they don't have time to be bullies to other people because they're living. They're in their life. Right? And they're not trying to get trapped by something that's bigger than them. Because anything that's bigger than them, they're just kind of going like, I just kind of want to be able to work with you. I don't want to take you down. I don't want to take away from what you're doing. I'm just going to be here beside you doing the same thing. But a bully will take the biggest, most beautiful thing in the entire world and shut it down. Say it's ugly. Say, who invited you? They're lighting up the room. They're giving everybody something to look at. They're the entertainment. This person doesn't like that. This person doesn't like you entertain people. They don't like that you're on the spotlight. They don't like that people are watching you. They don't like it. They want to be watched. They want to be the center of attention. And they don't understand there's 6 billion platforms out there, bitch. Go find your own with your own group of people, right? It's called work. Work for it. Work for it. Do something for it. Don't just bully it out of somebody else. You know how many times I've been bullied into doing something or out of something? So when I was trying to get my fish, little fish, the lady was like, okay, she didn't have anything opposed to it, but she goes, okay, well, if your beta starts to thrash around and get angry at the fish while you're acclimating, just bring them back and we'll give you your money back. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I know they're aggressive. I know they can be, but seriously? And she's like, well, not all of them don't like them. It was almost like somebody was trying to coax me out of getting these fish. And then I almost said to myself, well, maybe I shouldn't. And she goes, well, no. Like, I mean, like I said, just try it. They're only $5.99, just try it. And I was like, you know what? I came here specifically here to get these. This is work. I know it is. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be persuaded out of it because something bad might happen. Something bad might always happen at any point in time. Okay? That's why they're called accidents. Right? Accidents happen. Drinks get spilled. Okay? But you don't always lose at everything. Sometimes the monster that's hiding behind the mask, that's trying to get you to not shine, to not be bigger than what you are, that's the monster. That's the person that's about to go through some type of change, okay? And it's turning them red hot. So I almost feel like I'm kind of getting like how I overheat. I don't know if this person is going to overheat, but I do feel like they're going to have a panic attack. I think that they have a lot of panic attacks, and they're trying to use these panic attacks to maybe possibly bully you. Right? Well, I'm fragile. I can't handle it. And so it's making somebody else do something for them, and they're slowly starting to resent this person because of it. And that's a woman acting like, okay, she's been the bully this whole time. Finally, she gets a taste of her own medicine, and she starts to panic because most people can't take what they give. Because they're bullies. They don't want to be bullied. They just want to bully other people. That's it. They want to ruin your life, right? Why do they want to ruin your life? Because they're a bully. They got nothing else better to do, right? So that's now where the universe is like, they got to watch themselves because there's a lot of things that are lurking around them. And there's a lot of things that want to kill them. A lot. For being this twisted third-party witness that's watching you and trying to get you to hate when you won't. So now it almost seems like that's why I say so many times on this channel, what goes around comes around. That come around could take 10 years, could take 15, could take 5 days. It will come. And it comes for everybody that take it amongst themselves to viciously hurt people for no reason because they're a bully. That's it. That's the only reason why. They're entitled. They don't want to be in their own life, so they want to come and meddle with yours. Okay, and you know what we call that person? A very sad and lonely individual who will, by the way, end up dying alone. Okay, so blaze one for the nation. I'm going to blaze up right now because of all of your stamina and all of your hope and all of your wishes and positive attitude has just removed you from a third party because anger doesn't even come through you anymore. So this person, not only have they lost at their own game, but now you probably turned into a happier person, right? Hate, when we have hate inside of us, it's brewed and put there by something dark and sinister. When some stupid little blood clot bitch comes into your fucking life and thinks their darkness, when you've encountered darkness, you kind of just have to let them wear themselves out. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. You just keep weathering that storm and weathering that storm and weathering that storm until the storm turns around and goes back to them. Right? And people need to be cautioned. Haters and the haterade people, the people who didn't move on when they were supposed to, continue to stalk people, continue to try to do black magic against people, they will meet their match. And as a third party interference, they will get killed. I don't know how it works, but if you're here and you're doing work and you're doing mission work and you're helping and you're soothing and you're supporting, somebody who dabbles in black magic can't touch you. Sure, some things can happen around your life that you lose, but you lose those things because you don't want to hold on to them because it's a tornado, which means you could get wrapped up in things that you try to hold on to. So you learn that anything you lose can be replaced. And if it's taken from you through a tornado, we have what's called insurance. Do you think insurance was made up by people? No, it was made up by the universe. It was made up by energies. People are just, they're almost the information mats of generational information that's already there. People didn't make it up themselves. Nobody is the first at anything here, right? So put your pride away, get that ego down, realize that someone's been chasing you around, trying to get you to turn sour, and you denied their invitation every time. Every time you denied it. Every time they sent you another one, a little bit more enticing, you denied it again. And that's God's will. That's what God sets up to know if you're good or evil. Are you going to take the bait? Are you going to take the money? Do you know how many people are lined up to be with certain people, and then temptation walks in between those two people and the weakest one takes it, which means they're not meant for that communication. They're not meant for that connection because they're still being derailed by the other side. Right? And it's like, once you get over pussy, shopping, money, sex, weed, alcohol, all the deadly sins, once you get over it, you're like, nothing can entice you to break the law or fucking care ever again, you know? I think you're the good guy. Don't worry, Two-Tone. You are a girl, though, right? I mean, that would have sounded bad. Am I the good girl or the bad girl? But I like good guy, bad guy, but I think you are a girl. I'm pretty sure we've already talked about this. Yeah, you're a girl. Okay, I thought so. Two-Tone, you know, it really leaves the imagination open for you to be a dude. You know that, right? It sounds like you should be Exhibit sound guy. Just saying. It sounds like Two-Tone. Like, it sounds like you're a part of the rap game. I'm just saying, that's what it gives me every time. Like, I mean, you could be a part of the rap game and be a chick. I'm just saying. Okay, so we have some new energies up in this bitch. No way. That's fucking awesome. I had a husky with a blue eye and a brown eye once. It's very common in huskies to have two eyes. Maybe you're part wolf. If you have two-tone hair too, I bet you any money you're a fucking wolf. I'm pretty sure I am. Because my eyes, fun fact for you, my eyes were blue when I was born. And then once I was molested, my eyes turned green. And my hair turned white. And my hair is actually like probably 4 or 5 different colors. It's like 3 different colors of brown and 2 different colors of gray. So I know I'm a wolf, but I'm just saying, girl, I think you're a wolf. Oh, good. You have different kinds of hair? Different colors of hair? Or did your eyes change after you were molested? I'm a little bit ahead of you guys. There's like a 20, 30 second delay in the live, so. Oh, I have upper lip sweat and everything. Yeah, 3 different colors in your hair. Yeah, that makes sense. You're probably a wolf. Wolfy woofy. A lot of us are. Wolf spirits. Apparently, I heard this today. This is my 4th time reincarnating. Yeah, that's pretty much my hair. Oh, you don't have any grays yet, eh? Those will come. Gray hair is so beautiful. I have gray hair, but it's more like silver. It's more like silver hair. Look at that. Popping. Ace of Wands, baby. If that stays on the deck, I'll take it. Oh, it moved. Oops. Whoa, did you see that? Look, I even bent the fucking card. There's the devil. I bent the card. Look at it. It's deformed now. Great. The devil with the Ace of Pentacles. There's the Star. Temperance, Sagittarius. Wow. The Star. I knew I saw Aquarius. 4 cups, 5 of cups. 4 wands. 4 cups, 4 wands. So going from a very like greedy battle to a successful one. So it seems like somebody has, I don't know if somebody in the collective, okay, take it resonates. It seems like somebody had an addiction problem, or they had a problem controlling their mind, controlling their thoughts. Okay. Oh my God, Heather, where have you been? Hey, that's what I just said. This is my 4th life. I've lived 3 times before this. Crazy, you just said the same fucking thing. Weird. Okay, well, that could be this right here. Okay, so I knew there was going to be a different reading. That's going to be a good reading. Okay, so it seems like somebody had a little bit of a problem getting to this Ace of Pentacles. They had to, or they have to balance themselves, temper themselves out emotionally. Okay. And this Ace of Pentacles starts to form. So I don't know if this is like a metaphor or an actual seed that starts to grow in your life. Okay. Because you calmed down. Okay. Because you chose to slow down too. Okay. So a connection, it's like you wished for some greedy little rat in your life to be cut. Or if not cut, then taken care of, right? If somebody is being greedy and taking things and it's hurting you or hurting something to do with your future or with your present, it's really hard to calm yourself. So I almost feel like this could be an incoming job, okay, that you get now because of this new personality. Okay, I definitely know that the job that I'm in right now, it took me a really long time to be able to deal with these women. This really wasn't something easy, right? Because they're so fucked. These women I work with are fucked, okay? Left, right, and center. And just when I think everybody's cool and calm and we're going to have a great night, somebody fucking goes off the walls again. And I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, you got to think I'm around like 5 or 6 different cycles, right? Everyone's PMSing. People are pissed off at their boyfriends. No one's getting laid, right? People are treating themselves bad. They're not getting enough sleep. And that's what you're around, right? So the devil gets into everybody, right? And makes them stay up all night drinking and then go to work at 8 a.m. and take it out on everybody else because that person didn't get sleep, because their job and they want a day off and they won't take a day off because they think they're going to get fired, but they're not going to get fired because your boss can't just fire you for taking a day off, but they want to experience life. And, suddenly it's like when people fuck up or when they overindulge and then they take it out on everybody else, it's like, you can't fucking do that, right? Like, if you want to go out and you want to party, you've got to be responsible that next day. It's got nobody else didn't sleep and got fucked up. We all got sleep. So don't fuck it, right? So it's like kind of like that. It's like you could get a job where if you didn't temperance yourself or if you don't keep yourself calm, then this Ace of Pentacles that you hoped for is going to get taken away, right? Because you are going to lose it. And there are some times where I have to bring my weed to work with me. I do. I have to sometimes go and get high in my car really quick and then come running back in. And it's just, and then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I can deal with you fucking crazy ass fucking bitches. Like, but I have to, like, I'm not an alcoholic. And I think if I was an alcoholic, I would definitely be sipping some alcohol in my car instead of smoking some weed. Okay. But weed is a little bit different. It's, I take 2 puffs from like my pipe and then I go back in. It's just enough to kind of put it back in my body. I'm not high. I don't get all chink-eyed. I'm just cool again. Right. And what I used to do in a lot of places that I worked was actually get a small vape. And just with a really low dosage. And I never, sometimes I would just do plain CBC or CBC. No, that doesn't sound right. CBD. Thank you. Low doses of CBD, because then you're not getting high. But it's in your system, right? Thank you. Right. Exactly. And like, if you can get really low dose edibles, like I did, CBD, pills as well. And it was just like, it just like calmed me down. It's like taking fucking Valium. And, if you don't take pills, right? I don't pop pills. So I don't really know what a lot of that feels like, but I know when I eat an edible and I'm like this, I'm pretty sure that would be like a Valium. And I also know that my cookies that I make are so fucking strong that my stepmother, who is addicted to Prince Valium, okay, falls asleep on my cookies. So and I put angel dust in my butter. That's a huge secret. If you want to make weed butter, you have to put crystals in it. Putting angel dust in it makes it so much stronger, so much more potent. And you can make like cookies that are this big. You can make a pound of butter from an ounce of weed, right? Put angel dust in there, make tiny cookies and eat them. And I can actually, what I did for a long time back in the day was I would just eat a bite of a brownie or a bite of a cookie and then go to work. And it's like, I could just deal with people better. never got high, but it's like almost like microdosing. So for a long time too, in order to deal with people and going to work, I microdosed with mushrooms a lot. I bought an ounce of mushrooms and I would take this little teeny tiny piece. Like, you know how mushrooms fuck you up, right? So I would take like a tiny, tiny piece of like a cap. Okay. And I would just let it dissolve on my tongue. And I was in Tofino at the time, totally out of my element, all by myself, middle of the fucking woods with a fucking, oh man, polar bear on the loose in my tent. I couldn't fucking believe it. And I microdosed with mushrooms and I survived. And like, good survive. Not like I was not scared. I was just like, all right, I can do this. Like, it's like it gave me my confidence back. Like microdosing on mushrooms, I always suggest to everybody. Like that would be like my number one thing is like, holy shit, you want to stop drinking? You want to stop hard drugs? Fucking microdose with mushrooms. It is fucking amazing. It never gets into your system in a way where like you start to like see shit. Like you can fucking drive. It doesn't, it's such a mushrooms. What mushrooms do to the system are crazy. Like mushrooms, they have this connection with the ground that I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. Mushrooms connect with the ground and pixie dust. Exactly. Angel dust, pixie dust, whatever, right? Same thing. But what mushrooms take energy from the ground and they can help you expand your third eye so much and your supernatural powers. And it can turn you into the most powerful witch possible. Like I drive by this person's house and I said today, I'm like, I think a wizard lives there. It looks like a wizard's house. It's hard to explain. It just looks like a wizard lives there with a bunch of fairies in the garden. It looks so fucking magical. And it's because he uses his land in good, which means he feeds the natural part of the world while intoxicating himself in it as well. Right? When you can get a balance of both, which would be like temperance, right? In order, it's almost like maybe you're going to meet, this is also like another analogy is maybe you're going to meet somebody that is so attractive. Okay. So attractive, so sexy, so brilliant, so vibrant. You have to contain that, right? You have to balance that. You have to pull your energy back from that because if you put everything onto it, because that's what you've wished for and that's what you've planted, then you're calling in something to take it all, which would be greedy, right? I want that person. That person's for me. I'm going to own them. They're going to be mine. You can't keep them under the radar. You can't. You have to let people roam. You have to give people trust. Right? So if you find this person like so unbelievably attractive, you have to still be like, have that trust in you that that's going to come back to you every time and not jump on it and trap it and try to take it for yourself. You have to see past it almost. You have to see the success and also the celebration and not how can I be greedy with this? How can I get everything I want out of this person? How can I pick their brain? How can I use all their powers? How can I siphon everything from them? That's not why the universe is going to give you this. It's not so you can take everything from it and suck it dry. It's how can you feed it while collecting what you need from it, right? That's what people have to learn is an equal give and take. Just like work, you put your hours in, they pay you. That's what the universe is trying to tell you is equal. Therefore, if you want to produce something, if you want to have a garden, the only way you're going to get that garden is if you give the universe something in return for that, which means you have to feed the wildlife. You have to give that wildlife and that nature and that ecosystem a place to thrive, or it's not just going to grow you something for the sake of you getting something, right? The universe wants to work with you so then you don't just take the energy, you feed it back. That's hard to do. right? That's not easy to say in a situation right away, how you can see how you can take everything, how it's not going to be about how you can take everything is going to be the first thing you see. It's how can I give everything, because that person's going to give me everything. So that's kind of what I say to work is I know my manager pisses me off and I know that things get tough, but I get paid. She takes care of me. So I can deal with the messy. I can deal with her being extremely unfair in times and pull my energy back and say, I'm not a child. She's not my mother. So I'll let her calm down on my own. I won't take it personally. And I still see the bigger picture, right? But you have to stay calm in situations where people are flying off the handle. That's why you're so calm. And then when you freak out, you will notice that somebody around you is there to calm you down. And that's always how my sister and I work. Honestly, if I freak out, she is always calm. And when she freaks out, I am always calm. It's really weird. We don't freak out at the same times. We don't lose it at the same times. One of us is always in check because it's life. And people have to let their emotions fly and they have to express themselves, and sometimes they have to act a little crazy and sometimes they have to let it out and they have to vent it, and that's why there's somebody there with them to calm them down, just like you're there in situations to calm them down. Things have to be joint. They have to go back and forth, right? So whatever it is that you made a wish for, whatever this seed is, whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, right? You have to take care of it and nurture it, right? It's growing in the middle of a tree. This tree is hundreds of years old and it was cut down, even though life is still coming from it. So where something was killed, new life begins. And that old carcass becomes the thing that protects the new life. And that's the magic of the universe. That's how the universe works. You ever seen in some of the worst places, somehow greenery has crept through the cracks? Because where there is a will for life, life will grow. But to keep it, you have to sustain it, and you have to care about it, and you have to love it, and you have to nurture it and support it more than almost what you've done thus far. And then you learn how to treat yourself better by how you treat this seed. And that's kind of how I'm learning. I'm like, man, I just keep an eye on the tank and making sure that those little fish are still swimming around and everybody's still alive, and that my beta's not freaking out and chasing anybody around, because life will take its course, yes, but I'm still responsible for that life, right? I have to care about it. I have to nurture it because it's in my vicinity and I decided I wanted it. It can't just take care of itself, right? So where there is life sprouting for you, the universe is kind of saying you might want to put a little extra love into it, right? We've got the Father of Wands on the bottom, which is kind of like the energy that you're portraying, and it's electric and it's scary and it's defensive and it's smart. But what's underneath it? Oh, look at that. Fucking Empress is right there. If you work hard enough with this seed and watch it grow, that's the Seven of Pentacles. If you watch it grow, it will turn into a tree. A brand new, glowing, beautiful tree. Mother of Pentacles underneath, right? The nurturing fawn with her doe. Or the nurturing doe with her fawn. I said that backwards. Whoops-a-daisies. And then look what's on the bottom after that. Justice. Libra in the house all of a sudden. So we had Temperance, we had Capricorn, we had Aquarius, and now we've got Libra. Lots of signs coming in, okay? That's justice. And once you see the truth, right? Once you learn that you are responsible and that is the truth and that is what you decide to do, you wouldn't believe how close to the heart things become. and how wrapped up you get into it, right? And how much love can come pouring through you when you least expect it. And then look at this. I just cut the deck to the Son of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you wouldn't believe how slow things grow. And if you just stayed at the pace of a seed, then building your life is easy because you take such baby steps. Everything should be baby steps. I think we started this whole reading with, you know, people just want to jump to the finish line. They want to take their brand new relationship and get pregnant right away and then get the ring and walk down the altar. They're already planning on how to get that ring and that kid, and y'all are only on your fucking second or third date, right? Sometimes when fucking women see money, they see little gold mines, they try to lock that shit down instantly. They want to go from first date to marriage. What the heck was that? Did you just see that? Wow. Okay. Look at that. Knight of Swords, Mother of Cups, Five of Wands, the Ten of Cups. So it seems like to get everything you want, you have to learn how to fight for things and how to nurture them at the same time. How to fight for its life and yet nurture it as well. And it's really hard, like, especially with my snakes, honestly, one tends to drag his food through the substrate. Thus, he swallows it and then he gets backed up because he can't process the substrate he just swallowed. So he gets bunged up and he can't poop. So I've noticed, I've only had him for a few months, I've noticed that I have to, if his bum starts to look like it's getting backed up and I know I haven't cleaned anything up for a while, he needs a bath. And sometimes not even a bath, sometimes all I need to do is just warm up a container and put him into it, like a Tupperware container, and that warmness on his bum almost immediately makes him poop. Like, sometimes you have to pay attention a little bit more than other people, or you're going to lose things that you love, right? Relationships take a lot of effort. They take a lot of time, and they take a lot to grow. But if you love them and you give them that nurturing, you give them what they need, they're going to grow faster than you think. And, you know, when they say that too about trees and stuff, like if you have plants in your house and you're always listening to music, those vines, those trees will go so fast because they pick up on the vibration of the house. They pick up on the songs, on what you're saying, on your vibe, and they will grow to that vibe, right? And if you're soft-spoken and hard to get through to and hard to motivate, then the life around you that you're trying to grow will grow like that as well. And look at that. On the bottom of the deck, the final card, Judgment. Rise from the ashes that you once settled in. Right? It's cool to love. It's cool to connect. It's cool to care about things, you know, and it's cool to have awesome hobbies where you're taking care of things and you're thriving, right? Where there is life, there needs to be a chance to thrive, right? And so many of us live these lives where we're just slowly dying and we're not thriving, and we need to thrive, and work can't be the only thing that you do. And I know that that's hard because I know people work hard and they're tired and they're exhausted from their days, but to do a hobby and to craft and to care about yourself and to take care of yourself, you need to make time for that. And if you don't have time for that, then you need to try to incorporate that into somewhere, right? Before it's too late, before you run out of energy and then it's gone, then you've gone to the other side. You've gone and done exactly what they wanted you to do and lost your soul for money. That's a hard pill to swallow for some people, right? So I'm not one to settle for money. I never have. And my life reflects that. But I also know that at my age and with a lot of the restrictions that I have in my life now, there's not really much more I can do. So I either call a spade and work within my limits, or push myself and kill myself. It's one or the other, right? So anyways, I'm going to call it that. My fucking head is like really starting to hurt. So it's like hard to move my mouth because it's like hurting here, you know, where my jaw is. So I have to stop talking. A lot of pressure in my head. My throat is actually starting to hurt. It's a little dry. So I'm going to peace out. Hope it resonates. Always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, it can fuck you up. It can derail you a bit. So just take it as advice. If you like it, if you don't, wait for another reading. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my moderators, Two Tone, Heather. Thanks for coming through. It was so nice to see you guys. I haven't seen you ladies in a fucking enough time. All right. Honest, it's gonna feel better as soon as I stop talking. I can't, like, I'm not a good public speaker. Like, I can't talk for a long time without like just shutting up. So when I do readings, it's a lot of pressure on my head to speak a lot. So I'll be fine. But thank you for your love, Two Tone. That's awesome. And thanks for liking the video. And thanks for your shares and your comments and your emails. You have no idea how much it means to me. So thank you. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week. And we will see you in probably pretty quickly. Probably faster than you think. Okay. Bye. Have a good night.